Scotland is more than just a country. It's a world within a world. A place where ancient myths breathe through the mist, where landscapes stretch with raw beauty, and where every stone has a story. This is not just a travel guide. It's a journey through a land that feels like it was crafted by magic itself. Whether you're a history buff, a nature lover, or a dreamer with a love for the mysterious, Scotland offers something that stirs the soul. In this video, we're counting down 20 of the most incredible wonders of Scotland. Some famous, others hidden gems, but all guaranteed to leave you in awe. So grab your virtual backpack, and let's dive deep into the rugged, romantic heart of the Highlands and beyond. Fairy pools, Isle of Skye, nature's enchanted bathtub. Tucked away on the windswept Isle of Skye lies one of Scotland's most magical natural wonders, the fairy pools. The name alone sounds like something pulled from the pages of a Celtic fairy tale, and when you see them for the first time, you'll understand why. Imagine a series of crystal-clear blue pools, linked by cascading waterfalls, nestled in the shadow of the mighty Black Culin Mountains. These aren't your average rock pools. They shimmer like sapphires, reflecting the ever-changing Scottish sky. On sunny days, the water is so clear you can see every pebble on the bottom. On misty mornings, the pools feel otherworldly, as if fairies might truly emerge from the glen. The pools are fed by the River Brittle and are a popular spot for wild swimming, if you dare to brave the icy chill of the mountain-fed water. But even if you don't take a dip, walking the trail to the fairy pools is an experience in itself. You'll cross rustic bridges, hike through boggy moorland, and feel the raw energy of nature surrounding you. It's not hard to see why these pools have inspired legends for centuries. Local folklore speaks of fae folk dancing in the moonlight and warriors cleansing themselves in these sacred waters before battle. While those stories might be steeped in myth, the enchantment of the fairy pools is very real. They're not just a photo op. They're a reminder of Scotland's wild, untouched soul. This is where nature whispers its secrets, and the line between fantasy and reality disappears. 2. The Kanish Standing Stones. Scotland's mysterious stone circle before Stonehenge, there was Kanish. Rising starkly from the windswept peat moor on the Isle of Lewis in the Outer Hebrides, the Kanish standing stones form a mysterious and majestic stone circle that has puzzled historians and enchanted visitors for over 5,000 years. These ancient monoliths aren't just a historical curiosity, they're a portal to a forgotten past, and their arrangement has left many to wonder who built them and why. Unlike the tourist-heavy Stonehenge, Kanish offers a raw, immersive experience. You can walk among the stones freely, touch them, and feel their presence in a deeply personal way. With the Atlantic wind whispering through the grass and the surrounding hills rolling into the horizon, the setting feels almost untouched by time. Some say the stones align with lunar cycles, others believe they were part of religious rituals or astronomical observatories. Whatever their purpose, the energy here is undeniable. Legends abound. Local tales tell of giants who lived on the island and were turned to stone by a saint. Others believe the stones are frozen druids or markers of an ancient civilization that predates written history. During the summer solstice, the site becomes even more magical, with people gathering to watch the moon and sun perform their ancient cosmic dance in alignment with the stones. Kanish doesn't just tell the story of Scotland, it tells the story of humanity's ancient need to reach beyond the stars and understand the unknown. Whether you come for the history, the mystery, or the sheer atmospheric beauty, the Kanish stones will leave you awed. They are a silent, stone-carved wonder that continues to speak to anyone who stands among them. 3. Glenfinnan Viaduct, the Hogwarts Express Bridge. If there's one site that captures the magic of Scotland for film lovers and travelers alike, it's the Glenfinnan Viaduct. Stretching across the lush green hills of the West Highlands, this sweeping 21-arched railway bridge gained international fame as the route of the Hogwarts Express in the Harry Potter films. But even before the world of wizards came calling, Glenfinnan was already one of Scotland's engineering marvels and scenic treasures. Built between 1897 and 1901, the viaduct was a triumph of innovation, being one of the first large-scale uses of mass concrete in railway construction. It arches gracefully over the valley, with the glimmering waters of Loch Ness below, and the towering mountains framing it like a natural amphitheater. Watching the Jacobite steam train billow smoke across the viaduct is nothing short of cinematic. It's like seeing childhood dreams puff into life before your eyes. Beyond the Hollywood appeal, Glenfinnan is also steeped in history. The nearby Glenfinnan Monument commemorates the spot where Bonnie Prince Charlie raised his standard in 1745, beginning the ill-fated Jacobite uprising. That means when you visit the viaduct, you're not just witnessing a feat of design, you're standing in the shadow of Scotland's rebellious romantic past. There's a magic in the air here. It might be the echo of train whistles, the swirling mist, or the stories carried on the wind. Whatever it is, the Glenfinnan Viaduct isn't just a bridge. It's a gateway to imagination, a physical link between Scotland's rugged beauty and its rich storytelling tradition. Whether you arrive by car, by foot, or on the steam train itself, this is one Scottish wonder that delivers a sense of wonder that feels both real and fantastical. Fingles Cave, Isle of Skye, nature's cathedral of sound rising from the sea like a dark temple forged by gods. Fingles Cave is one of the most surreal and awe-inspiring places in all of Scotland. Located on the uninhabited Isle of Skye in the Inner Hebrides, this sea cave is a geological masterpiece, carved entirely from hexagonal basalt columns. Its symmetrical shapes and acoustics create an experience that is as much heard as it is seen. The cave is part of the same ancient lava flow that formed the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland. In fact, legend has it that the two are connected by a long-lost causeway built by giants. Fingal, a giant in Scottish mythology, supposedly lived here, hence the cave's name. Whether you buy the myth or not, there's no denying the supernatural atmosphere as waves crash rhythmically into the cavern, sending echoes soaring into the vaulted stone ceiling. Perhaps most famously, this natural wonder inspired composer Felix Mendelssohn to write the Hebrides Overture after visiting in 1829. His music captures the deep rumble and sweeping grandeur of the cave perfectly. Artists, poets, and adventurers have all been drawn to this place over the centuries, and today, boat trips allow visitors to approach and even peer inside, weather permitting. The interplay of light, shadow, water, and stone in Fingles Cave creates an otherworldly experience. It's not just a cave, it's a sacred sound chamber, shaped by time, tide, and volcanic fury. If you ever needed proof that nature could be a greater artist than any human, Fingles Cave is it. It's a place that humbles you, inspires you, and leaves you utterly spellbound. Five, the Criering, Isle of Skye, a landscape torn by giants. The Criering isn't just a hike. It's a journey into a prehistoric world, where the land seems to breathe with ancient life. Located on the Trotternish Ridge on the Isle of Skye, this landslip was created by a series of dramatic geological shifts, leaving behind towering pinnacles, hidden plateaus, and rock formations that defy logic. Every twist in the trail reveals a new vista, each more cinematic than the last. Its name, derived from Old Norse, means round fold, and it's easy to see why. The Criering wraps around itself like a fortress, hiding features like the Needle, a jagged spike of rock, the Table a flat grassy platform, and the Prison a rocky tower that resembles a ruined castle. Walking here is like stepping into the setting of an epic fantasy novel, think Middle-earth, but real. The area is often shrouded in mist, adding a mystical atmosphere to the already surreal environment. The landscape changes constantly, with the light and weather, and it's not uncommon to find yourself entirely alone, with only the wind and the cries of birds for company. It's this eerie solitude that makes the Criering unforgettable. It feels both timeless and wild. Photographers and filmmakers adore this location, and it's no surprise. But beyond the visual spectacle, there's a sense of ancient energy here, as if the earth itself remembers its long history of upheaval. Whether you're an avid hiker, or simply a seeker of the extraordinary, the Criering offers a breathtaking reminder of Scotland's primal beauty. It's not just a view, it's an experience etched into the bones of the land. Six, Edinburgh Castle. Scotland's storied crown jewel, towering over the capital on a volcanic crag. Edinburgh Castle is more than just a fortress. It's the beating heart of Scottish history. From royal births to bloody sieges, this iconic stronghold has seen it all over the past 900 years. It's not only the most visited tourist site in Scotland, but also one of its most enduring symbols of power, resilience, and national pride. Perched atop Castle Rock, The castle commands breathtaking views of the city below. Inside its ancient walls, you'll find a treasure trove of Scottish heritage. The honors of Scotland, the crown jewels, the Stone of Destiny used in monarch coronations, and the haunting St. Margaret's Chapel, the oldest surviving building in Edinburgh. But the castle's story isn't just one of royalty and ceremony. It's also steeped in conflict. It was a vital strategic stronghold during the Wars of Scottish Independence and changed hands numerous times between the Scots and the English. The sounds of clashing swords and booming cannons still seem to echo through its courtyards. One of the most spine-tingling aspects of the castle is its connection to the supernatural. Ghost stories abound, from the headless drummer boy to mysterious apparitions seen in the dungeons. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying the castle has a palpable atmosphere that blends grandeur with gravitas. Edinburgh Castle isn't just a relic, it's a living monument, still used for official ceremonies and standing proudly as a sentinel over a modern, vibrant city. Visiting it is like walking through the pages of Scotland's storybook, with every stone whispering a tale of defiance, drama, and destiny. 7. Loch Ness. The legend and the Loch Ness list of Scottish wonders would be complete without mentioning Loch Ness. This deep, mysterious freshwater loch stretches over 23 miles through the Scottish Highlands and is one of the most iconic bodies of water in the world. But what makes Loch Ness truly magical isn't just its staggering size or dark, peaty depths, it's the legend that swims beneath the surface. Enter Nessie, the Loch Ness monster. For generations, locals and visitors alike have reported sightings of a large, serpent-like creature gliding through the water. Some claim to have captured her on film. Others swear they've seen ripples where no boat had passed. Whether fact or folklore, Nessie has become a global symbol of Scotland's mystery and charm. The legend fuels the imagination, bringing thrill-seekers and believers from around the world. But even if you don't spot the elusive beast, Loch Ness offers a wealth of experiences. The nearby ruins of Urquhart Castle, perched dramatically on the shore, add a historical backdrop to the natural spectacle. Boat cruises take you across the loch's hauntingly beautiful waters, and the surrounding landscape is ideal for hiking, biking, or simply soaking in the Highlands serenity. The loch is also one of the deepest in the British Isles, plunging to depths of over 750 feet, adding to its aura of the unknown. Scientists have explored its waters, sonar equipment has scanned its bed, yet the mystery endures. Loch Ness is not just a loch, it's a living legend, a mirror of myth, and a reminder that some mysteries are too magical to solve. 8. The Hermitage, Dunkeld. A woodland wonderland, tucked away in the heart of Perthshire, lies a hidden gem that feels like it leapt straight out of a storybook. The Hermitage is a magical forest sanctuary, where towering Douglas fir trees, some of the tallest in the UK, form a green cathedral over winding woodland paths. This is a place of peace, poetry, and natural power. Originally created in the 18th century, as part of a designed landscape for the Dukes of Atholl, the Hermitage was meant to be a romantic retreat, and it still serves that purpose today. As you stroll beneath the colossal trees, you'll hear the soothing roar of the River Bran nearby, leading you to the showstopper, Ossian's Hall of Mirrors. This peculiar stone folly overlooks the thunderous Black Lynn Falls, and it was built to honor the legendary Gaelic poet Ossian. Step inside, and you'll be greeted by mirrored walls that reflect the rushing water outside, creating a kaleidoscope of light and motion. It's a sensory experience unlike any other, a blending of art, nature, and myth. The Hermitage is especially magical in autumn, when the leaves ignite in golden and crimson hues, but it offers something unique in every season. In spring, it's a bloom of wildflowers. In summer, a shaded escape. In winter, a snow-dusted dreamscape. Wildlife abounds here too. Watch for red squirrels, deer, and countless bird species. Unlike some of Scotland's more rugged wonders, the Hermitage is easily accessible, making it a perfect family-friendly retreat or a meditative solo escape. It may not be as famous as Loch Ness or Skye, but that's part of its charm. The Hermitage whispers its wonder rather than shouting it, and that makes the experience all the more enchanting. 9. The Northern Lights, Caithness and the Shetland Isles, Scotland's celestial show. When people think of the Northern Lights, they often picture Iceland or Norway, but few realize that Scotland, particularly the far north, offers its own breathtaking aurora displays. Known locally as the Miri Dancers, the Northern Lights occasionally paint the Scottish night sky in hues of green, purple, and red. The best viewing spots are in the remote regions of Caithness, Sutherland, and the Shetland Isles, where light pollution is virtually non-existent, and the skies stretch endlessly above. On the right night, usually during winter months and near the equinoxes, the heavens come alive with a silent, swirling ballet of cosmic light. It's a surreal, almost spiritual experience that makes you feel wonderfully small in the vastness of the universe. What makes aurora hunting in Scotland unique is the backdrop: rugged cliffs, ancient ruins, wind-swept moorlands, and dark lochs reflecting the light show above. The contrast of timeless landscape and fleeting phenomenon creates moments of pure magic. It's the kind of beauty that leaves you breathless and humbled. For the best chance to witness this wonder, head to places like Dunnet Head, Noss Head, or even remote beaches like Sandwood Bay. Apps and websites can help track solar activity, but ultimately, nature calls the shots. And when it answers, wow, does it deliver? The Northern Lights in Scotland are not guaranteed. They're elusive, unpredictable, and rare. But that's what makes seeing them all the more special. If you're lucky enough to catch this celestial dance, you'll carry that memory forever. Because for a few precious minutes, you're not just a tourist, you're a witness to the universe performing its most intimate show. 10. Dunacher Castle. The fortress in the sea perched dramatically atop a cliffside rock formation, Dunacher Castle is the kind of place that seems conjured from fantasy. Located just south of Stonehaven on Scotland's east coast, this medieval fortress is a hauntingly beautiful ruin surrounded by sheer drops into the North Sea on three sides. Its remote and storm-battered location gives it an almost unapproachable aura, and that's part of its lasting appeal. Dunacher has witnessed some of Scotland's most turbulent history. It was here that a small group of brave Scots hid the honors of Scotland, the Scottish crown jewels from Oliver Cromwell's invading forces in the 17th century. The castle has also seen battles, imprisonments, and sieges, each stone carrying echoes of conflict, courage, and endurance. As you walk the narrow path toward its entrance, the sound of waves crashing below adds to the immersive experience. The ruins themselves are extensive. Explore the tower house, barracks, chapel, and even the dungeon where prisoners once languished. From the cliffs, the panoramic views of the sea and coastline are breathtaking, especially at sunrise or sunset. Despite its dramatic appearance, Dunacher is surprisingly accessible, and visitors often report a deep sense of awe as they walk through its wind-whipped corridors. It's not just the architecture or the scenery, it's the energy of the place. You can feel history here in a way that's almost visceral. If you close your eyes, you can imagine warriors defending the gates or nobles plotting their next move. Dunacher Castle is more than a ruin. It's a monument to Scotland's resilience and a symbol of its enduring spirit. It captures the very essence of what makes this country so unforgettable: wild beauty, rich history, and stories that never die. Gleno, the Valley of Tragedy and Beauty. If there is one place in Scotland where nature and history collide with heart-wrenching force, it's Gleno. This volcanic valley in the Highlands is as visually stunning as it is emotionally stirring. Towering mountains, cascading waterfalls, and a silence so deep it echoes, it's no wonder Gleno is often called one of the most beautiful places in the world. But Gleno is also remembered for one of the darkest episodes in Scottish history. In 1692, the infamous massacre of Gleno took place here, when government troops, hosted by the MacDonald clan, betrayed their hosts and murdered them in their sleep. This act of treachery still haunts the glen, giving it an almost sacred air. Despite, or perhaps because of its tragic past, Gleno draws travelers, hikers, and photographers from around the globe. The A82 road winds right through the glen, offering jaw-dropping views at every turn. Key viewpoints like the Three Sisters, three steep ridges rising from the valley floor, are popular photo stops, while the trails offer something for every skill level. For those seeking adventure, Gleno is a hub for mountaineering and skiing, particularly around Bochia Kevin Moor, a mountain often featured on postcards. Wildlife is abundant too. You might spot red deer, golden eagles, or even wild goats roaming the hills. What makes Gleno unforgettable isn't just its scenery, it's the feeling it gives you. There's a spiritual stillness here that can't be explained, only experienced. It's as if the valley remembers, and by being there, you become part of its living memory. Gleno teaches us that beauty and sorrow can coexist, and that even the deepest scars can be framed by breathtaking grace. If you visit only one place in the Highlands, let it be Gleno. Then Nevis. The roof of the UK standing tall at 1,345 meters, 4,413 feet, Ben Nevis is the highest mountain in the United Kingdom, and it's not just a physical challenge, it's a Scottish icon. Located near Fort William in the Grampian Mountains, the Ben, as it's affectionately known, attracts climbers, hikers, and adventurers from around the globe. What makes Ben Nevis so compelling isn't just its stature, but the journey it offers. There are two main routes up, the pony track or mountain track, which is more straightforward, and the Carn Mór Díorga, a thrilling ridge walk for seasoned climbers. Both reward you with panoramic views that stretch across the Highlands. On a clear day, you can see all the way to the Isle of Skye. At the summit you'll find the ruins of an old observatory, once used to study weather patterns in this wild, ever-changing environment. It's often misty at the top, giving the feeling of standing on the edge of the world. And while the climb is tough, the sense of achievement is unmatched. It's a rite of passage for many Scots, and a bucket list item for global trekkers. Ben Nevis is also home to Scotland's only true alpine environment, with rare flora and fauna that have adapted to survive in extreme conditions. In winter it becomes a hub for ice climbing and mountaineering, adding a whole new dimension of challenge and beauty. But this mountain isn't just about physical endurance, it's spiritual too. There's something transformative about the climb, the silence, the scenery, the struggle. It strips away the noise of modern life and reminds you of the raw, untamed heart of Scotland. Ben Nevis is not just the highest point in the UK, it's a towering symbol of Scotland's wild soul. The Fairy Glen, Isle of Skye's enchanted hills, tucked away on the Isle of Skye near the village of Uig, lies a place that seems more fantasy than reality. The Fairy Glen is a whimsical landscape of miniature grassy hills, spiraling stone patterns, and peculiar rock formations that resemble ancient ruins, though no battles or castles ever stood here. It's entirely natural, yet utterly otherworldly. What makes the Fairy Glen so enchanting is its scale. The hills are like tiny mountains, creating the illusion of a mythical world made for fairies or tiny woodland beings. The most iconic feature is Castle Ewan, a rocky outcrop that looks like the remnants of a crumbling tower. Climb to the top, and you'll get panoramic views of this surreal green amphitheater. Despite having no real connection to folklore, the name Fairy Glen is relatively modern. It's hard not to feel a sense of magic in the air. Visitors often leave coins or create spiral patterns with stones, modern rituals inspired by the place's mystical vibe. But locals urge tourists to avoid disturbing the site too much, preserving its natural and peaceful beauty. The best time to visit is early morning or just before sunset, when light casts golden hues across the mounds and mist often lingers, enhancing the dreamlike atmosphere. There's no signage or commercial setup here, just a narrow road leading to a place where imagination takes flight. The Fairy Glen reminds us that nature doesn't always need grandeur to amaze. It can whisper just as powerfully as it roars. This hidden gem is a perfect example of the quiet, mysterious beauty that makes Scotland so unique. The Wallace Monument, Scotland's Tower of Freedom rising above the town of Stirling, like a sword thrust into the sky. The Wallace Monument is one of Scotland's most stirring tributes to heroism and national pride. Built in the 19th century to honor Sir William Wallace, the legendary freedom fighter immortalized in the film Braveheart, this 220-foot Gothic tower stands proudly atop Abbey Craig, overlooking the site of Wallace's greatest victory. The Battle of Stirling Bridge in 1297 saw Wallace and his outnumbered army defeat the English in a bold and strategic triumph. The monument not only commemorates that event, but also serves as a symbol of Scotland's enduring spirit and desire for self-determination. Climbing the narrow spiral staircase inside the tower is an adventure in itself, 246 steps in total. Along the way, you'll pass through several exhibition chambers, including the Hall of Heroes, where busts of great Scots like Robert Burns and Mary Slessor are displayed. The most treasured artifact, however, is Wallace's sword, a massive 5-foot-long weapon that offers a glimpse into the legendary scale of the man himself. Once at the top, the views are spectacular. You can see the River Forth, the city of Stirling, and even the distant Highlands on a clear day. It's a vantage point that feels as commanding as it is humbling, offering a literal and symbolic overview of the land Wallace fought to protect. The Wallace Monument isn't just a historical site, it's a pilgrimage for those who value courage, independence, and national identity. It speaks not only to Scotland's past, but also to its ongoing story. If you want to understand what moves the Scottish heart, this tower is a good place to start. Een Donan Castle, Scotland's storybook fortress. If there's one image that captures the spirit of Scotland, it might just be Een Donan Castle. Perched on a tiny tidal island where three sea lochs meet, Loch Duach, Loch Long, and Loch Alsh, this impossibly picturesque fortress looks like it leapt out of a fantasy novel or a Hollywood epic. Een Donan has been rebuilt and restored multiple times, with origins tracing back to the 13th century. It was once a stronghold of the Mackenzie and Macrae clans, playing a crucial role in the Jacobite rebellions and enduring sieges that left it in ruins. In the early 20th century, it was painstakingly restored stone by stone, resulting in the breathtaking structure we see today. Approaching the castle via the arched stone footbridge is like entering another era. Turrets rise above the water, and reflections ripple in the loch below. Inside, you'll find rooms filled with clan relics, antique weapons, and tapestries that whisper stories of Scotland's turbulent past. But what makes Een Donan truly special is its setting. Surrounded by misty hills, mirrored waters, and roaming deer, it's a place that feels suspended in time. It has starred in countless films, Highlander, The World Is Not Enough, and Maid of Honor, and it's easy to see why. It embodies everything romantic and rugged about Scotland in one iconic silhouette. Whether you visit at sunrise, when golden light kisses the stone, or at twilight when it glows under the stars, Een Donan is a showstopper. It's not just a castle, it's a symbol, a storybook, and a postcard come to life. A fitting finale to our journey through Scotland's most wondrous places. From mysterious lochs to skyscraping mountains, ancient standing stones to glowing northern skies, Scotland is a treasure chest of wonder. Each location we've explored isn't just beautiful, it tells a story, evokes emotion, and stirs something deep within. Whether you plan to visit or are simply dreaming from afar, may these 20 wonders inspire you to see Scotland not just as a destination, but as an experience unlike any other. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more magical journeys around the world.